Hello and welcome all into the MO podcast. As always, you're here with me, Contumacious Ant.
And me, Atreya.
And this is real tan from the sun, not from a bottle, just in case. I mean, you won't know
What
that.
Ant doesn't want everyone to know he's training for Strictly.
Yes, no one will know that because I've turned the saturation and the brightness, the contrast down. So I'll be looking black and white in post.
Windows S. Windows Shift S. Yeah, there we go. It's alright, I've taken a screenshot.
Fine. Anyway, right, whatever, don't care. Right. On the 9th day of the nightmares before Christmas, my true love gave to me Pablo Escobear.
Being Pablo Escobar.
No.
Are you saying it in the right way?
Yes. Escobear. So.
Is that not like the same dude I'm thinking of?
No, it's not even a dude.
Oh, it's a different person. It's not Pablo Escobar.
It's not even a person. Escobear.
All right. Bear. I just thought you were like just doing your thing, what you do with weird accents.
No. So this story has actually been made into a film. So I don't know fucking how. But it's Ray Liotta's last film, so I can't really slag it off too much. But this could have been a fucking tweet. Yeah. So basically, the film is called Cocaine Bear, right? So.
Oh, of course.
He's been nicknamed Pablo Escobar.
Has he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, which I thought was quite funny. That I came across that and then thought I need to find out more about this. And there's not much to be found. Like I say, 124 characters I think you could get away with doing this for. But I've padded it, so we'll try. So Andrew C. Thornton II was born in 1944 in Bourbon County, Kentucky. He would go on to join the army after dropping out of the University of Kentucky, and he trained as a paratrooper at Fort Bragg. He received a Purple Heart for his role in the US invasion of the Dominican Republic in 1965, and believe me, I tried to find information on that to pad this out even more, but it was just an evacuation mission rather than one of them "we're coming for your oil" missions.
How did he get an award for that then? He didn't do anything.
He just
hey, let's get out of here.
Shot locals, probably. I mean,
that's not award.
That's how they all get awards, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for your service. In 1968, Thornton joined the Lexington Fayette County Police Department. That's put the word count up a bit. And by 1971, via night school classes, he had earned his degree in law enforcement and had been promoted to working in the narcotics division. Now, despite all his self-improvement, he'd started to supplement his income by selling all the drugs that he confiscated.
I mean...
So, yeah.
It swings and roundabouts, innit, really? Like, you're doing good for the people of the city. You've got to have some of the benefits, yeah?
Indeed, yeah. I mean, I think one for you.
Or it's just a corrupt cop.
Yeah, one for you, one for me, kind of thing. By 1981, Thornton had retired from the police department. He'd been a practicing lawyer for a few years, but he was indicted as one of 25 people that were accused of theft of arms from a naval centre, and also of conspiring to import £1,000 of cannabis. Now, Thornton pled guilty and then decided the best way that he could help his case was to by skipping state and going on the lam. He was apprehended in North Carolina. When he was apprehended, he was wearing a bulletproof vest and he had a pistol by his side. Now, amazingly, he was allowed to plead guilty to a misdemeanor, and in return he got the felony charge of everything dropped. He only served 6 months in prison and had his license to practice law suspended.
I always think corrupt cops shouldn't even go to prison. They should just be killed. Like we the citizens are literally relying on you to keep us safe. You're corrupt. So even if you go to prison and you get back out, you might not be reformed. You probably won't be reformed because you're a corrupt cop. So you're always going to be corrupt. So you should just be killed.
I've never looked at it like that, to be honest with you. But yeah, I actually agree with that.
Then,
I thought it was a bit harsh at the beginning, but
no, because then you get the people who have the kids that want to be a policeman when they grow up, kind of thing, and then they go into law enforcement,
police
and they are
police
they
officer.
go into When you're 9, you don't call them a police officer. You call them a policeman.
Police officer. We don't distinguish.
All right, a police officer.
Hot fuzz.
Yeah. All right. Well, when I was 6, I wanted to be a policeman. Okay, it didn't make a difference to me that I was a girl. Right? It was a policeman. That was a policeman, a policewoman. It was the same thing. Anyway, so you get the people that actually genuinely take it very seriously and that genuinely want to change the world and get rid of all the bad guys, and and then you get these douchebags that are fucking corrupt that basically tar the entire police force with the same brush, and then nobody trusts them.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No.
They're
I get
not all
it.
like that, so those ones should just be killed.
It is a massive violation of trust.
Yeah.
And especially when taxes, our own money pays for them. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we should have a say in what happens to corrupt cops.
Corrupt cops,
Yeah.
they should be killed.
Indeed.
Don't tar the rest of the team with the same brush. Just because the rest of the rest of the team happen to be in the same job doesn't mean that they're all douchebags as well. Let's not say that they all are just because one cop went rogue and is a total douchebag because now he's dead because we had him killed.
We killed him. Yeah. No, that is.
And then it might make them less likely to go corrupt because you're like, if I get caught, I'm gonna die.
It's very Middle Ages, but I like it.
Hey, Middle Ages wasn't completely lawless.
No, yeah, they had.
You did the slightest little, you nicked a chip and you got your hand cut off.
Yeah. It was,
Just saying, I wouldn't have been nicking no chips.
Indeed.
I used my hands for gaming. What did you lose a leg for? Could you lose a leg for anything? I'm okay with that. I don't really use them. I don't get off my arse.
I mean, maybe kicking
But my hands.
people. Yeah. You can't steal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You don't steal with your feet unless you've lost both your hands because you're a habitual criminal.
True. I can pick things up if I use both my feet. Dave can pick up a full football with one foot. He's got really long toes. So he'd be a really good thief.
Yeah. We'll get into that another day. So Thornton, alongside his two friends Henry Vance and Bradley Bryant, had set up Executive Protection Limited a few years previous. Rather than doing anything, this company was just a front to launder money from the trio's drug smuggling and gun running. And among their nefarious social circles, they went by the name of The Company. Now, Vance was an ex-cop.
That's original.
Yeah. Vance was an ex-cop, but he'd been fired after he was caught forging the sheriff's signature on a weapons requisition form. Somehow, he managed to use his contacts to wangle a job in the Kentucky State Legislature office. Yeah. Bryant, like the other two, was born into privilege and managed to get into the elite of Las Vegas and Philadelphia, and within them circles he managed to procure some very good contacts, and all three of these people would use their contacts, whether it be in the police department, these elite social circles, or the legislator office, to continue to run and be involved in nefarious goings on. Now, in 1978, they'd gone into business with the Chagra brothers, who allegedly ran the largest heroin, cocaine, marijuana and firearms distribution centre in the country.
The best guys to be in business with.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say any. Well, Thornton, in his defence, didn't want to get involved with them because he thought they brought too much heat, but the other two wanted to get involved. And Thornton was kind of right because the Chagrin brothers were under investigation by the DEA, and when the lead prosecutor of the case was shot at, they missed on this occasion. But the judge, unfortunately, who was presiding over Johnny Chagrin's drug case, was shot dead. Members of the company started to sweat that the heat was coming down on them. In 1980, Bryant was arrested at a Philadelphia airport. Now, the original call was because a hotel room that he was staying in smelled of marijuana. Yet, when the police investigated the room, they discovered ledgers and names with phone numbers, a semi-automatic weapon, and a lease to a warehouse, which, when searched, contained $250,000 worth of weapons that linked Bryant and Thornton to the naval base theft.
Mate, even Mystery Inc., even the Scooby Gang would have nailed this one.
You say that, but Bryant was found not guilty, and he was released.
How?
It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it? Really? They're all ex-cops, all running in each other's... Money talks, doesn't it?
If you've got money, you can rule the world.
Indeed. But in 1982... Bryant's luck ran out, and he was arrested for importing marijuana. I say his luck ran out. The judge was lenient and he only served 5 months.
What?
Yeah. So, I know at the moment I've not mentioned Pablo Escobear, but he's coming up. Don't worry. Yogi is looking after his picnic baskets for right about now. In September of 1985, Thornton
Yogi would have turned that shit in. Yogi would have turned that shit in. Yogi's a good bear. Boo Boo, the little.
It was Boo Boo. It was Boo Boo. Went under the radar.
For, yeah.
He was the fucker. In September of 1985, Thornton was flying his two-engine Cessna plane from Colombia. He was carrying $37 million worth of cocaine. Now, he'd been made aware, due to having a scanner on board, that DEA officers were monitoring his flight. And as his plane was overweight, he started to bail out bags of cocaine over Blairsville in Georgia. Now, after dumping the cargo across the Georgia wilderness, Thornton put the autopilot on, grabbed a parachute, and dived out the plane. Now, alas, either he forgot all his paratrooper army training, or age had caught up with him, because the ground met him really, really fast, and he got tangled up in his chute and ended up on some poor guy's driveway in Knoxville. Now, when his body was found, he was wearing Gucci loafers. Obviously not learnt from fucking DB Cooper. You can't fucking skydive in loafers. We all know that.
Especially not Gucci ones. I bet the bloke that found him was like, cha-ching!
Yeah.
I never had a pair of these.
Yeah, and this is... He was wearing a bulletproof vest and night vision goggles, even though it was daytime.
It was the day.
Yeah, don't know what was going on there.
Maybe is he just like, some blokes think they're cool as fuck. And none of it makes sense, but they still think they're cool anyway. Yeah. I think he was one of those.
I think...
Cool as fuck with my Gucci loafers.
1985, it's like Arnie time in the cinema, and do you know what I mean? Commando and all that.
He'd seen Predator and he was like, I can fucking do this.
Exactly, I think he thought he was fucking great, but he was also found with 88 pounds of cocaine in a duffel bag. Now, I'm going to stick my neck out and go, I reckon that contained 100 pounds of cocaine before the police. Like when he jumped, I reckon you know.
Yeah.
$4,500.
Dutch
Yeah, $4,500. Again, probably contained a little bit more before when he jumped. And a shitload of Krugerrands. I don't think no one's taking Krugerrands because where the fuck do you get rid of them? Like, we'll have to ask Nova about them because.
What is it?
Krugerrands, they're pure gold coins from South Africa.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So
could you not just melt it down and use it as?
Probably could, but I mean, he's got cocaine
diamonds.
and dollar bills there. Why is he gonna fuck about with that? You know,
Because you can't trade in cocaine, like if you just like at the bank or something, because that's frowned upon, and a lot of people would be like, "It's a dollar bill, it means nothing to me unless you've landed somewhere in America," or, "Hey, this money could be traced back to an illegal activity, so no, I don't want your dollar bill. If you've got diamonds or gold, I'm on board with that."
So he took a face plant in a place called Knoxville. Now, I'm gonna stick me like I'm just gonna guess, but Johnny Knoxville from Jackass took his name for a reason. I don't think that's his birth name, but maybe there's a load of Johnny Knoxvilles running around Knoxville who enjoy cocaine and enjoy spending money, and people aren't going to ask too many questions. But if you give them a gold fucking coin, they're going to go, can't do much with that.
Well, they can melt it down and sell it and like trade it at the bank for cash. You're like, my grandpappy who lived in South Africa left me this. But if you take dollar bills to the bank and go, "Can I have these in ones and twos, please?" The bank lady might check the banknote. The bank person might check the banknote and go, "What's that poster there? FBI's most wanted." Yep, matches up. You're in big trouble, bro.
Why would you go to a bank with a load of money that you'd found? You'd go to the local petrol station, buy a packet of gum with $100 bill, and then get the change.
Because a lot of places don't even take $100 bills. The same as a lot of places over here don't take £50 notes because they're like, £50 note? Okay. You're not Kate Middleton and you're certainly not Prince fucking William, so that's a fake. It can be real, but they won't take it.
It's got the Queen's head on it. It's legal tender. They have to take it.
They don't always have to take it.
No, they do. It's a legal requirement. You can pay shit with stamps. It's got the Queen's head on it. You can pay with it. Or the King's head on it now.
I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to go to Asda and pay for my weekly shop in stamps.
With about 8
because
a big fucking thing of
like,
fucking stamps
stamp
like that.
books.
Right, here we go.
I don't think that the cashier would see the funny side of that.
No.
And I don't think they would take it.
Obviously, of course. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just making it's legal tender. They have to take it. They can't really say.
Right, okay. So if you was in Knoxville, right, and some like dead bloke was on your drive wearing night vision goggles in the day and a bulletproof vest and Gucci loafers, right, and he had a big bag of coke and some dollar bill, in your tiny little mind, would you not think,
why is it tiny?
This is, I'm speaking in terms of people that you're saying would nick this money. In your tiny little mind, would you not go, this guy is dodgy as fuck?
Yeah.
He's wearing night vision goggles in the day. That would be before I even, like, let's not even cross the bag of cocaine. Like, let's not cross that line here. Let's just go, no pun intended. Let's just go. He's A, wearing Gucci loafers with a parachute, and B, he's wearing night vision goggles in the day, right? This is like wearing your sunglasses at night. I don't trust that guy either.
He's got two phones on him. Fucking hell.
I would not be spending that money. I would be maybe walking me a little way down to the police station and going, "Hey, I found all of this. Give me a reward."
Wow.
Because at this point, I'll take like 50 quid reward, because at some point my ass is going to jail for all of this if I decide to use it or sell it. Although, yes, he is wearing high-tech sneakers. Yes, he was wearing these when he fell.
He was wearing Crocs.
Do you like my new shoes? Yeah, okay, I might take the shoes, but I wouldn't take the money or the coke.
Fair enough.
And I would also definitely take the night vision goggles.
Yeah, because they're cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But 3 months after Thornton had took a pavement dive, a hunter came across a dead bear that weighed 79 kilos. Next to the bear was a plastic container that had been jettisoned from the plane. Now, when the bear was autopsied, in its stomach was 34 kilos of cocaine valued at $2 million. Now, I'm not saying if I've done drugs or if I haven't, but I believe cocaine is very Moorish, so I could see where the bear is coming from. But Dr. Kenneth Alonso, the chief medical officer of the Georgia State Crime Lab, said that the bear's stomach was literally packed with cocaine. The bear suffered from cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, heart failure, a stroke. Alonso said, "You name it, this bear had it."
But he died with a smile on his face.
Indeed, and for that fucking few seconds that he was that high, he could have taken apart armies.
Yeah. This is a me!
Yeah. The bear has now been taxidermied and is on display in the Kentucky Fun Mall. So, all's well that ends well. Is
that the cocaine bear?
Yeah. It's actually been taxidermied and it's on display in a mall that is called the Kentucky Fun Mall.
No, okay, right. I have so many problems with this right now. I know these are short episodes, right? But the movie's lying to us. That bear goes on a human-killing rampage.
Yeah, I don't know.
This bear was just high off his tits for 3.5 seconds and then died.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck
nice.
they have made a film but from this. I can really not. All I'm going to say is going to be like more padding, deep backstory about Thornton and the company, and then the bear for 30 seconds. Like, because this could have been a fucking tweet, literally.
So where did the rest of the coke go?
Well, just jettisoned over Georgia. So,
people kept it.
Yeah, obviously. Hunters have just been out, they found this bear, and they went, oh, this is fucking hilarious. Let's not talk about the other 3 packages that we found. We'll just talk about this one and the bear. And then we'll...
Do you know what's weird? Right. This could be a sign of my naivete when it comes to drugs, but if I was a hunter, not that I'd be a hunter, say I was a hunter's backpack carrier, right? And we were out in the woods and I found this bag of powder on the floor, I'd be like, oh my God, Bigfoot must be out here. And the hunter would be like, why? I'm like, because Bigfoot hunters are clearly out here, because this is a bag of plaster of Paris. They must have found a footprint. This is their spare bag of plaster of Paris. They're just looking for more oh my God, we need to find them and give them it back. That would be my first thought. My first thought would not be, holy shit, this is a bag of coke. I'd be like, Bigfoot hunters are in the area and this is their plaster of Paris backup.
Yeah, super naive there. All I'm going to say.
That's good though.
If you are in the Georgia area and you've come across any plastic bags, like, subscribe and comment.
Give the Bigfoot hunters their plaster of Paris back. They need it. Lots of footprints. They're going to run out of plaster of Paris at some point. There's a fuckload of footprints.
Yeah. But a lot of cocaine has been jettisoned over there, and I know where my next holiday destination's going to be.
You don't want coke. You want Bigfoot.
Well, 2 in 1. I mean, George is quite good for Bigfoot sightings. Just imagine
running into a high Bigfoot.
Cocaine Bigfoot. That's oh yeah, no,
that's terrifying.
No, actually, no.
That's the next movie.
Yeah. Not having anything to do with that. Actually, I couldn't even deal with a sober Bigfoot. I'll be honest.
Shall we make a movie?
Fuck me.
Cocaine Bigfoot.
Like Velocipasta, we can.
Velocipasta. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, and on that bombshell of that film's name, we shall end it there. This has been the MO podcast with me, a rather orange contumacious hand.
And me, Atreya.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and we shall see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my god.
The MO podcast. The MO podcast. The MO podcast. The MO podcast.